Welcome back to Top Real Estate Secrets. My name is Liz Boyce, and this is my co-host, Adriana.
Hello.
Today, we're going to talk about, should you work with a real estate agent? Now, our goal is to teach homeowners that want to sell their homes themselves how to sell it themselves. But is it right for you to sell it on your own, or do you have the time? Or should you work with an agent? And, you know,
which option is right for you?
Right. And if you are going to work with an agent, what should that agent offer?
You know what? I do want to start off with a story. Let's start off with that lost a lot of money because he didn't listen.
That was on the lake.
Yeah.
So I worked with a seller. It's one of my favorite stories because if you talk to him, he will literally tell everyone that he lost $60,000 by not listening to me. And what happened is we came in, I looked at his home. I knew that there were some issues with the home. And I said, hey, you need to fix up these issues or it's going to be a problem. And he said, well, let's just go ahead and, put it on the market and let's just see what happened. And I said, well, in my professional opinion, you shouldn't do this. You're going to end up losing money. Well, I let him do it. We put it on the market. And we probably had, this one was very hot property in Orlando, right on the lake, 3 stories. It was great, but it needed to be fixed up appropriately. And he didn't fix it up. And we probably had around 300 people walk through that. It was on the market for around 80 days. And what happened is everyone tried to beat him up on the back end because it needed a lot of work. And so what I did was I came in, I said, hey, listen, we're getting a lot of lowball offers. Do you want to accept this? Or why don't we just spend $25,000 and we will make $50,000 to $60,000 on the back end? So we did. We had to take it off the market. We probably took me around 10 to 14 days, put it back on the market. I got an offer within 3 days, but we already exhausted all the buyers that went through the first 2 weeks.
And they don't want to see it again.
No, they don't, because they probably went under contract with another
property.
Home. Yeah. And so this one, it took us 80 days to, go on the market. So I think it's important to find the right realtor that's a fit for you if you are going to work with a realtor
as an option.
Yes. Yeah.
And there's another story, which is a listing that we currently have right now. The owners went with a listing company that was their property management company. Property management companies and realtors are 2 completely different licensed real estate agents, or realtors, as you would call it, completely separate. Property management focus on managing the property. Realtors and listing agents focuses on listing the home to get it sold. So they had the property listed for up to 6 months. They were under contract, 0 offers. We came in, we fixed the front of the property. We added curb appeal, which is my favorite thing. Mm-hmm. We cleaned up the house. We got professional pictures. The other realtor had terrible pictures. And we got our first offer was within 16 days. And we actually have 2 offers on the table right now.
And it had a roof issue.
Oh, it had a roof issue. So we were able to work out a deal with our roofer that we would go ahead and get a contract done, and the roofing company would get paid at closing, which is actually amazing because it's going to be hard to get insurance for that new
Big
homeowner.
Time.
So that's another example of working with the right realtor.
Right.
If you chose to go that route. So.
Yeah. And our mission is to help people for sale by owners learn how to sell it on their own and save the commission and how to hit the market and do all this. But then you have the luxury market, or some people that just don't have the time or the desire or the want or
or you just don't want to talk to people.
Right.
So if you don't feel like filtering through buyers, making sure people are pre-approved, you don't want a whole bunch of random people coming into your house without a licensed realtor. Those are things to really seriously consider. So, it may be a great fit for you, or it may not be a great fit for you.
Realtors, we have our expertise. Like we are experts. We do this every single day. And I know that it seems super scary and, oh, I can't do this. But believe it, if two women can sit over here and do it and be super successful, we were number 6 in 2021, 1%ers. And 2022, we're 2%ers. We fell back a little bit. And in 2023, we fell back because we were spending too much time with our family too. You have to have a little fun. Yes,
otherwise you will get burnt out with our careers. But
we decided to definitely spend some more time with our family, and so
the good thing is with our company or with our program, you actually get experts too. So not only that you're able to save money, but you'll also be able to get experts that will walk with you hand in hand and give you guidance on, things that we've already experienced and that we've had to get our feet dirty, our hands dirty, and literally learn on our own. We're willing to share that information with you because we feel like it is important to save money and it is important for you to keep most of your profit when it comes to selling your home.
Yeah. I mean, I don't blame you. I think it's,
another great thing with realtors, we have a huge network. We are networking queens. So when it comes to knowing a roofer, great, done. When it comes to knowing a HVAC company, done.
Basically, I have a full team full of people. I started flipping homes, probably like 6 years ago. I started out as a wholesaler, and if we'll kind of go more in depth in another episode, because it is like those properties that need to be sold that are vacant. I have investors. It's a little more different. It's not retail. So
it's just literally houses. If you see the signs, we buy houses for cash. That's what that is.
Yeah.
And it's not homes that is move-in ready.
Favorite thing that I get questions a lot of is a luxury homeowner will ask me, well, have you sold luxury homes or have you sold $1 million homes? Which I have, but my hardest homes to sell are going to be the 100,000, 200,000, 250 because we're working with liens. It needs to be fixed. I have to go in and do a gut job. And it just is funny to me that the, more luxury market
is a lot more pleasurable to sell. Easier to sell.
Super easy. You're working with lawyers, doctors, and they make sure that their home is very maintained. As far as the other properties, it's very hard to sell those $100,000, $200,000. So if you are looking to look at an agent, don't discount someone just because they haven't sold $1 million home. Because like I said, sometimes those smaller homes are way worse,
much more difficult to sell.
Yes. And you learn a lot more than you will. If you are looking for like a luxury agent, which is, in my area, we live in a small community. Everyone knows everyone. The top realtors know everyone. We have these things called pocket listings. So if I know that I'm going to list a home, I will actually call all the realtors that I work with and I know that do sales in this area. I'll let them know and be like, hey, I'm going to have a property. It's going to be on the market soon. Do you have a buyer? That way I can either get a cash offer. They don't have to be shown. You don't have to go through the listing process, and then there's no appraisal. But if I can't get a cash offer, I am going to hit the market because I want everyone else to see that property as well. And then I can start pitting everyone against each other if I get in multiple offers.
Yeah, give them a chance to make the most money too. When it comes to networking, we're experts in that field because of doing the business and being in the business for such a long time. So
yeah, the
next thing is marketing. So marketing is another huge thing that realtors have because that's one of our specialties. We have to be able to market. We spend thousands of dollars doing flyers. For example, when a house gets listed in the neighborhood, we send out mailers to every single neighbor in that area, letting them know, hey, neighbors, we just listed a house. Do you know a buyer that would be interested in moving into your neighborhood? Boom. Of course.
I think it's super important that people go talk to their neighbors when they are going to sell their home because typically your neighbor knows someone that wants to move into their subdivision first. So you could just get it
families,
sold before,
especially if you're living in Florida and you're a young couple and you have older parents that want to, live close to you and see the kids. A lot of family members, that's what they want to do. They want to live in the same neighborhood. I mean, of course, you probably don't want your in-laws living right next door, but right up the street would be okay.
Yeah, my dad, he lives in the front of the neighborhood and I live in the back of the neighborhood. People think it's super weird, but on the way out, I can just drive by and say,
But
hey,
it's
Dad,
nice.
are you doing okay?
Yeah, I love that.
Checking on you.
It's a beautiful thing. The next one we're going to talk about is legal knowledge. So
that's a good one.
Yeah, legal knowledge.
I think that it's important when you have the right team in place that don't be afraid of the legal knowledge, because a lot of people say, well, what if I do this wrong? What if I do that wrong? But we work with a great attorney. Her name is Erica DeSanti. She's in Miami. We will kind of go over a little bit more, but if you end up going for sale by owner, we highly suggest that you hire her as your title company, because she's also a licensed attorney and she's going to look over your contract if you hire her to be your title company.
And she will have your best interests at heart, because at the end of the day, you're the one that needs to be protected if something happens in a contract.
Yeah, she's just going to look at it and make sure that everything, looks right and everything fits exactly how it's supposed to go.
And negotiation. So one thing about realtors is we are experts in negotiating. Now, don't get me wrong. We are not born in becoming master negotiators, unless you are my 4-year-old child. She's definitely a master negotiator, future attorney. But this is a skill that you have to learn. And being a homeowner, there's a lot of emotions when it comes to selling your house. So you may not be really good at negotiating, and that's okay. And that's completely fine. But you may negotiate your first deal or your first offer that comes in, and you might not be good at that. Don't beat yourself up. Maybe the next one, get a little bit better with negotiating. It's all a learning experience.
So real estate agents, they can provide, we do this every day, like I said. So we know the market. We know what's going on in the area. Don't hire your friend. Don't go to your family. Go with someone who is a professional. They do this every day. They've sold a couple homes, more than actually a couple homes, that they've, are an expert in what they do. Because if you hire the wrong realtor, you are opening yourself up to a very large picture. Because let's say if you don't hire Erica to look over your closing document and you're relying on your realtor, I almost got, I would say fucked, but they literally tried to fuck us on a deal where they were putting the taxes on the wrong side. Then they told me that they couldn't do this. And I said, no, I had to get Erica involved. I had to get the attorney involved, because they were trying to tell me that I didn't know what I was doing. And I've been doing this a very long time. And I said, no, you guys are not doing this right. And the seller gets to decide the title company. And I was on the buyer side and I was looking at it and I was like, no, this is wrong.
This doesn't look right.
And she fought me on it. So finally I got my attorney involved and she fixed it. And she was like, Liz was right. Liz was right. And so I have found that when it's a newer agent, they either work for teams, which is great, but the head team leader might not have the time to look over your document. And at that stage, sometimes they just care about just closing the deal and getting it done. And I think that it's very unfortunate that sometimes the newer agents, we all have to stop. We all have to start off somewhere, but just try to choose someone that's done some deals and, answers their phone. That's a big one for me.
Yeah, that is a big one, especially if you're questioning if you want to sell on your own or work with a realtor. If you're already thinking in that mindset, then just choose an expert realtor.
Yeah, I think one of the services that we offer, not only do we drop down mulch, but I get homes cleaned. We're closing on a deal. We got a very large inspection list from our client. And I told her, I was like, some of these are super unreasonable, but I like to do good business. I have a full team full of people. So I went through her list of 25 items and I'm actually going to clear up 15 of those items.
And spend our own money into getting things fixed, because we're just good people and that's what we want to do.
Ultimately, we have one goal.
At the end of the day, that's it. We want to make sure every party is happy.
And I think that's super important that people walk away from our business feeling good about us. And our reviews speak for ourselves.
Absolutely. And then that also breaks it down to what you get with our program is experts. So everything that we just talked about, if choosing a real estate agent is right for you, you have us here, and you have the power of our course and the power of our knowledge. And that's really all you need. And all you need is your own confidence, and you can do this.
Yes. I think we should talk about our property over there on the golf course, where we came in, and he had listed it, I think,
with another agent three other times.
Other times. Yeah. And I actually found him through my dad. My dad was like, well, just talk to my daughter. She does a lot of fixing up. Came in, and the property it needed some help. It needed some love. I came in, did the curb appeal, put some flowers out there. I actually painted the kitchen cabinets, didn't redo the entire kitchen, but then put some granite in the bathrooms. And we had a contract within a week because we just spent a little bit of money, but we were able to get that money back on the back end. And a lot of people in luxury, they don't want to take the time to do this. They want it done. They want it ready and to move in. And so you have to take the time to
especially if they're asking $1 million for your house, you have to look like your house has to look like $1 million house. Mm-hmm.
I was able to bring the buyer on that side as well. So not only was I have the seller,
and that's part of having the network.
The buyers. Yeah,
that's part of having the network. So
working with, a good agent. I do pride myself on my work. I do love what I do, and I think it's important that we all do really good business. And it's unfortunate that our industry is really
saturated with lazy realtors. Yeah. Sorry, but it's true.
And liars and used car salesmen. And it's becoming
sleazy. It's sleazy. But trust your gut. That's what I do. I mean, trust your gut. If you're interviewing agents and and they're nasty, have a bad attitude, don't pick up their phone.
That's a big thing for me. So
that's the problem.
One of the things that we offer in our business is if you buy with us, so if you sell with us and then you turn around and buy with us, we're going to help you pay some of your closing costs. If you actually are going to buy with us here in Orlando and you have to sell your home in another area, let's say you're from New York, or I did one in Texas. I actually have a large network of realtors that I work with. What we do is we give that they're going to pay us 25% referral fee. Yeah. So we actually give that back to our clients. But how I vet the realtor is I wait until like 7:00 at night and I call. And if you don't answer your phone, I'm on to the next realtor, because unfortunately, time is money. Time is of the essence in our business, and we constantly have to, keep up with that. Thanks for listening to Top Real Estate Secrets. I'm Liz. This is Adriana. If you want to sell your home on your own, no one's mad at you over here. We absolutely support you. If you choose an agent, make sure you choose the right agent that is going to get the job done. We actually have some guidelines. Check out our YouTube channel from there, and see you on the next episode.